welcome everybody to the season finale for Far Anórien. As always, thank you so much to everybody who supports the series and supported this season. Thank you to everybody who just lurk watches, skips around on the videos. Thanks to everyone who has been here since the beginning, watched every episode from start to finish. Thank you to everybody who leaves a like, who subscribes, who comments. I appreciate all of you. I do want to send a special shout out to the YouTube channel members. I appreciate all of you as well. So thank you, It's Time. Thank you, Drasham. Thank you, Strife. Thank you, Paul. Paul is also a member on Patreon, so 2 for 1 for him. Appreciate that. Thank you, Anna Kinatka. Thank you, Maywin. Thank you, Sue Trelevian. Thank you, Lil Horrified. And thank you, WTF Ed. All of you are very cool. I appreciate it. If you too would like to become a channel member, you can do so for as little as 99 cents a month. It gets you access to a bunch of emotes and badges and cool things like that. But more importantly, it gets you a little package of motivation that you send directly to me to keep working hard on the channel. So, with all that out of the way, you know the deal. I'm going to be going over all of the deeds and the reputation faction here for Far Anórien, and I generally follow a template for this, so of course I do like to go into the season with a brand new title pertaining to the one that I just finished. So, I am now Kip and Proud Feet, Defender of the Pelennor Fields, because that was quite an epic climax in this season that I was not expecting. I saw Far Anórien, I didn't really know where it was going to take me. I wasn't anticipating it to take me to Pelennor Fields and complete the full battle, but that's what happened, and it was a ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed that content. I think that's an appropriate title. Also, I do like to update my mount for the season, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to use this prized Grey Company pony because so many members of the Grey Company helped to defend Minas Tirith. Many of them fell in battle, so I want to pay tribute. So that's the pony I'm going to be using for the next season. Pretty exciting stuff. Now, next up, I do like to, well, here's what happened. In the beginning of this playthrough, it made sense to every season update my gear. It's been more difficult to do that because generally I would craft my gear, but I've noticed as I've leveled up, the crafting tiers don't really match up with the level. So what I saw is that I could make a level 115 set that would upgrade me from where I am. So, you know, next level I'd be able to wear it. So I actually did work on my crafting both on this character and also on my alts. So let me show you. I did get my woodworker all the way to Doomfold and Ironfold here. So I did that and my forester as well. And then I got some of my alts leveled up as well. Like I got my tailor all the way up. And then when I was going to craft myself the gear, I realized that in order to get the recipes for the level 115 set, you have to play through Mordor and get things that you barter with. So that was not going to work. So I was not able to craft myself anything except for this thing here. This Supreme Doomfold Bane of the Fist Carving, which is a little bit of an upgrade from what I have, but I'll have to wait until 115 to equip that. So unfortunately, I have not been able to upgrade my gear. We'll just kind of have to keep going with what we got for now. So the other thing is going to be this, the trait panel tree here. I have 1 point available to me, and let me see what I want to put on here. Okay, let me level that up. I'll take that. And you know the drill by now. The race traits are probably never going to change. The virtues, I'm still running on an offensive line here, so I think that's good enough for now. Sorry if my voice is doing weird things. I am recovering from a cold, so I'm trying not to cough into the microphone. So that's the deal with that. Next, I do have a few things here that I do want to discuss. I have a bunch of items that I got for getting the ultimate fan bundle for the next expansion, the Corsairs of Umbar. Now, I do want to give credit to the Standing Games team, Standing Stone Games. They did hook me up with this. They sent me the Ultimate Fan Bundle, and I really, really appreciate it. As a content creator, I guess they noticed I was bringing a lot of visibility to the game, and they sent me this. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, other than thank you very much. I tried to buy my own bundle to give out, but they don't do that. You can't buy a code to then give out to a fan. So I wanted to pay the generosity forward by getting a bundle and doing a giveaway on my channel, but there's just no way I can do that because I can't buy a code, you know? If I were to buy the bundle, it just directly applies to my account. So yeah, sorry about that. I meant to do it. Can't do it right now. Maybe we'll figure something out in the future. But I do want to go over some of the things that I did get on that Ultimate Fan Bundle. So I got some frames. So I got the Fleet Merchant's frame. So let me do that. And then let's see how it looks. Fleet Merchant frame. Looks kind of cool. Looks kind of industrial almost. It's kind of steampunky industrial. I like that. And then there is the Tidebreaker's frame. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, kind of brown beige. Not a big fan of that one. I like the previous one better. And then we got the Swashbuckler's frame. Excited to see this one. Should look piratey. Alright, interesting. Kind of looks like, you know, those little windows on submarines. You know what I'm talking about? Am I sounding crazy? But I am going to keep my classic 16-year frame. Should update pretty soon to 17 years. Alright, so that's that. And then next, I got the Ultimate Expedition Supplies. Yeah, I'm going to have to edit out some coughing on this little intro here. Man, still, like I said, still recovering from a cold here. Alright, let me see what this is all about. Okay, so of course you open a package and you get like 17 more packages to choose from here. So Ultimate Virtue XP Supplies. Contains 15 1000 Virtue XP. That's a lot. That's 15,000. Corsair of Umbar Ultimate Carry-All Selection Box. Select a large healer's crafting decoration, die, essence, instrument, task, or war spoils carry-all. I don't know what that is. Let me click this and see. Large healer carry-all. Can hold up to 50 stacks of healing potions. Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like an inventory within your inventory, it sounds like. Crafting. Can hold up to 50 stacks of crafting materials. Task item. Can hold up to 50 stacks of task items. I think this one sounds very interesting to me. Because as I'm going through a region and I'm questing, I start piling up a ton of like task item related stuff, like sword buckles and shields and broken weapons, that kind of stuff. So this sounds interesting to me. Large essence and tracery carry-all. That one sounds interesting as well, because you do end up getting a lot of that kind of stuff as you're going through a region as well. Instruments. Musical instruments. I don't know if that's too interesting for me. Housing decoration, die, war spoils. So that's for the Entmoors. I think I'm going to go with the task item carry-all. I'm going to go with that. Nice. And I'll stack that here in the corner. And what is this? Virtue Acceleration Tomes. 2,000 bonus Virtue XP each. Okay. Very good. Let me drag that down here. And then 15, 1,000. Let me just... Oh my god, it all came at once. I guess let me just start blasting these. Trying to make sure I don't overdo it. Alright, so looks like I got the virtue cap here. So let me change. Let me see. I did discipline. I need to do my loyalty next. Alright, let's do that. And as always, I am putting timestamps on these finale episodes, so you can kind of skip around to the part where you want to watch. I know this is kind of disorganized a little bit today as I'm opening this, all this stuff. Let me get my loyalty up here. Okay, very good. So I used all that. Next, I have this Corsairs of Umbar Collector's Edition bonus items. Let's see what I get from that. So, Fleet Merchant's Cosmetic Armor. Fleet Merchant's Steed. Tome of the Fennec Fox. And then Fleet Merchant Earring. I don't think I'm going to use this, though, just because I don't want the bonus experience. I'm just going to tuck this in the corner for now. I'll figure out what to do with that later. I do want to get this Fox Tome thing, though. Let me dismount and let me see what this pet looks like. Kind of ugly. Not gonna lie, it's a little ugly. It's like a little rat. Alright, hello little friend, hello. Alright, well, I got my fox. There it is. I'm going to take that off my taskbar for now. Let's check out this steed. I guess it should be here on my mounts now. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And you know, I'm being deceptive with you guys, okay? I'm being a little deceptive. I've already seen this because I did do a stream. I did do a Mariner stream. You might have been there for that. And so I did already open some of these on that Mariner character. So I really like this. I really like this. But I think I am going to pay a tribute and I'm going to keep the Grey Company one for the next season. But I might use the Fleet Merchant Steed for the following season after that. I don't know. And then let me go ahead and do the cosmetic here. I don't know how I feel about cosmetics because I have so much stuff in my bank that it's so hard for me to store this cosmetic stuff that I generally end up throwing it away, which seems very wasteful, but you know, it is what it is. So it's a pretty cool outfit. I will say I do like it. It is pretty cool. So I'll figure out how to store this so I don't lose it. I don't want to use it right now, but I also don't want to just like throw it away and never have access to it again. So I'll figure out how to store this. But yeah, that's all that. And then I have one more pack here. This is the Corsairs of Umbar Ultimate Fan Bundle bonus items. So this is the Tiebreaker Steed. Let's see. Whoa, that one's really cool too. I like that one a lot. I like both these steeds. Generally, I don't find a mount that I'm like super crazy about, but both of these are really cool. I like these a lot. Very cool. Let me check this out. This is Toma the Parrot. So I get a parrot pet. And I did use this on my Mariner when I did that stream, and I like the parrot a lot. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to take a pet with me, though, but we'll do that. And then this is the Swashbuckle emote. Let's see what that looks like. Nice. I like that. Cool emotes. And then I got this thing, Tiebreaker Weapon Aura. So I guess it just gives a little glow to your weapon, which is pretty cool. So I'll keep that equipped, I think. Yeah, look at my club. Looks pretty cool. And then what is this? Normal Weapon Aura. Alright, so you can kind of switch between the two. And then Cosmetic Raiment. There we go. Got that. Oh, that is cool. I like that angle on it. That's pretty sick, man. I like that. I like all these cosmetic things. Generally, I'm not, like, very big into the cosmetic stuff, but these cosmetic items look really cool. I might use one of these whenever I finally get to Umbar on this character. Sorry if the video is kind of jumping around a little bit with editing, but like I said, I'm really trying to edit out all my throat clearing and the coughing and all that. I was trying to wait until I was 100% better to get back into recording, but I'm falling behind a little bit, so I have to record. I gotta get these videos out. Alright, so with all that out of the way, let's finally take a look at some of the deeds of Far Anórien. And so let me go over here to Gondor, let me go to Far Anórien, and let me look at all the completed ones. So there's the Explorer deed. This is a meta deed to complete all of the explorations. And then there's the Lost Trail of the Entwash, which is an exploration deed. The Warning Beacons is another exploration. Treasure of Far Anórien is another exploration deed. Of course, quests of Tar Druidon and the Beacon Hills involves what I did the entire season, doing all of the quests here in the region. And then this is interesting. So if you recall, there was an episode, which there was an instance which I could either treat with the scoundrels by paying the ransom, or I could fight with them by creating a distraction. And you could only pick one, but if you picked one and then you quit the instance, you could redo it and pick the other one. So I'm glad I did that, because there's a deed associated with each of those, which you get a title. So I was able to get both of those. And then the Warbands, which was the previous episode. And then Deeds of Far Anórien is a meta deed for completing all of the things. And then quests of Far Anórien, of course, is also quests. And then we got all of the Slayer deeds. So let me go ahead and show you the exploration and the Slayer deeds here. The first exploration deed is the Warning Beacons, to discover the Warning Beacons of Anórien. The first landmark is Amon Din. You have discovered Amon Din, the beacon on the northeastern edge of the Druadan Forest. It is the first Warning Beacon of Gondor. Next is Aelanach. You have discovered Aelanach, surrounded by the Druadan Forest. It is the second Warning Beacon of Gondor. Next is Nardal. You have discovered Nardal overlooking the border between Tar Druadan and the Beacon Hills. It is the third Warning Beacon of Gondor. Next is Erelos. You have discovered Erelos atop one of the Beacon Hills. It is the fourth Warning Beacon of Gondor. Next is Min Rimmon. You have discovered Min Rimmon, the beacon overlooking the mining town of Ost Rimmon. It is the fifth Warning Beacon of Gondor. Next is Calenhad. You have discovered Calenhad atop one of the Beacon Hills. It is the sixth Warning Beacon of Gondor. Finally, there is Halfirion. You have discovered Halfirion surrounded by the Firion Wood. It is the seventh Warning Beacon of Gondor. The next exploration deed is the Lost Trail of the Entwash, to find cairns marking the forgotten path through the Entwash. There's not much to discuss here, so I'll simply show all 8 of these. The last exploration deed is Treasure of Far Anórien, to find Far Anórien's treasures that has been lost or stolen. There are 16 of these in total. 6 of them are in Tar Druidan, and the remaining 10 are going to be in the Beacon Hills. Again, there's really not much for me to talk about here, so just enjoy this soundscape. Next are the Slayer deeds, beginning with Beast Slayer of Far Anórien, to defeat many beasts in Far Anórien. The best location to get this done at, in my opinion, is Firian Woods. There are many beasts there, loth bears, elks, deer, boars, all sorts of stuff, and they all count. The next Slayer deed is Dheghûn-slayer of Far Anórien, to defeat many Dheghûn in Far Anórien. You may recall from my playthrough of this season that really the only viable option for this is the Nardal Quarry. The next Slayer deed is Ghûrdhos-slayer of Far Anórien, to defeat many Ghûrdhos in Far Anórien. And these are basically the wood trolls. And the best place to get this done at is going to be a little bit to the northwest of the Grey Wood. The next Slayer deed is Variag-slayer of Far Anórien to defeat many Varyags in the region. And the best location for this, in my opinion, is Far Anórien. There are many Varyags here. We saved the worst for last, boys. The last Slayer deed is Warg-rider Slayer of Far Anórien. Got some mounted combat. If you have ranged attacks, that is best. The best place to get this done at is at the Beacon Hills, a little bit in the northeast region. There's a warband here and a bunch of other wargs that roam around, so go for that. Next, let me talk about the Reputation faction here. So, if I go to Reputation, got Riders of Rohan here, so I am all the way at Kindred with them. The Rohirrim did in fact receive the Red Arrow at Dunharrow, some 6,000 riders, not the full Eohir of the Mark, but every man who could respond with their weapon take are now riding towards Minas Tirith. So this one maxes out at Kindred. If you recall, the Defenders of Minas Tirith, apparently there are more layers to it, but I think I'll be able to continue getting Reputation with them in some future seasons, so that's why I haven't maxed this out just yet. But once you get Kindred with the Riders of Rohan, let me show you what some of the benefits are. Okay, so here at the Warstead of the King's Men, there's this guy here, the Quartermaster, and he will trade everything.
To equip themselves well.
So if you're a friend, you can get some random stuff. There's really not anything that's too exciting here, I'll be fully honest with you. Mainly consumable stuff, things for your legendary weapon. If you're an ally, lots of housing items that you can get, which I really haven't explored housing too much. If you guys have any ideas about how I can incorporate my house into this playthrough a little bit better, let me know. I'm always trying to tie it in, but I can't think of a way to do that. But yeah, lots of housing items here on the ally rating. And then for Kindred, you get more housing stuff. But probably the only thing I'm interested here is Tome of the Rohirric Follower, but I don't have enough items to barter for it yet. So a lot of these items that you barter, you actually use it to get experience or reputation. So you can see like this will give me 500 reputation points. So most of the ones I did have, I actually ended up using. But that's okay. I'll come back to this at some point in the future to get this thing. I'm probably, once I'm caught up with the content, I'm going to start crossing off the little things off the list. So things like collection and pets and mounts and things like that. So when I start doing that, I'll come back for this. But that's basically it for the Reputation faction in Far Anórien. And with all that out of the way, I want to thank you all again for another great season, and I look forward to having another good one. The next one is going to be March of the Kings. The seasons are getting a little confusing now, because it used to be that, you know, it's like, oh, the Shire. The Shire's a season, and Breland's a season, and Lone Lands. But now it's not so much regional as it is content-based, so I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing in the March of the King season, but that's how I'm containing the next one. Whatever the March of the King content update was, that's what we're going to be doing, and it's going to begin right here in Minas Tirith after battle. So I'm going to take this pony, and I'll meet you on the other side for the next episode. Thanks again. See you then. Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.